So for anyone out there that wants a glimpse of what Canada can turn into if they pass a measure like Bill C-63, the Online Harms Act, look no further than the UK government, cracking down and arresting their own citizens and throwing them into prison for tweets, for social media posts.
Disruptive.
Weird thing to happen. The cops in the UK are just insane. In fact, the UK government is primarily insane with this crackdown on people exercising free speech. And mostly because, unfortunately, the UK does not have the ability of free speech. And they have passed legislation to have police officers crack in the heads of their own civilians who engage in social media posts, retweets. If they upload a video of capturing an officer cracking down on a civilian that's protesting. And they've recently done that with the pro-Palestine marches. They've recently done it with people even protesting this heinous action, restricting free speech. So for anyone out there that wants a glimpse of what Canada can turn into if they pass a measure like Bill C-63, the Online Harms Act, look no further than the UK government. Look no further than the German government when their ministers, when they got interviewed on 60 Minutes, giggled over cracking down and arresting their own citizens and throwing them into prison for tweets, for social media posts. And here from Fox News, UK government accused of cracking down on free speech. Think before you post. That's the UK police commissioner saying that. Remember they want to crack down on keyboard warriors? That was their term of phrase. The people that are sharing information online, that's the worst of the worst. And it's gone so bad that they're running out of spots in jail. They're running out of jail cells to crack down on civilians. So they're releasing people with harsher sentences out to the streets so they have more room to convict people of thought crimes in the UK, because that's what this is. This is a thought crime initiative. And here, this is from Peter Sweden. This guy says, unreal. British police just arrested and searched the house of an independent journalist for the crime of posting on social media. Britain is also censoring videos of the anti-mass migration protests yesterday. So, the British people are protesting the government of the UK, Keir Starmer, for mass migration, which Keir Starmer even came out and explained that this mass migration project is done outside the UK. This is done by the billionaire class enforcing legislations like the UK government to bring in these people, to bring in mass migration, to cause chaos, to cause population out of control, to cause civilian unrest, and then make into a police state. So now they're arresting this journalist for the simple act of posting online. And here they got the Ring camera to expose this.
Oh, come on,
Do
guys.
you not think they put us in fear of violence? Seriously. We were talking to you not last night. You could have had him then.
When there's an allegation of children being followed by migrants, you don't come out in this force.
No.
You should be ashamed. You women should be fucking
Monday,
ashamed.
You've got anything you need to take with you?
in front of
Any medication?
You women should be absolutely
Two
ashamed.
tier, please. Two
I'm sure
tier,
they could just
please.
accept you, mate.
You
Alright?
just
You got anything on you at all?
really
I've got my phone in my pocket.
Yeah, that's fine.
Traitors.
Traitor.
So I love how it takes 4 cops. 4 cops to go to this man's house, and an independent journalist. It takes 4 cops to go to this guy's house and arrest him for a post. You can barely get a cop out when there's an actual emergency. But if someone's posting mean thoughts online, if someone's spreading hate speech, which is an absolutely vague term because they don't actually describe what is considered hate speech. It's a purposely vague term that the government can consider anything that they disagree with as hate speech, even if it's correct, even if it is something supportive of the rest of the majority. And as a grown adult, as a person with a functioning brain and the ability to form an opinion, I could say you're allowed to hate things. You're allowed to hate things. Hating things is an emotion. They can't legally restrict you of having emotions. What's next? Are they going to lock you up for being happy about something? You're happy, you're sad, you're angered, you're frustrated, you're stressed. Are they going to lock you up for having a stress thought? But look at it, 4 officers for this one person who is complying. He's not restraining. He's not resisting. And it takes 4 officers to arrest this one journalist.
Absolute traitors to the country.
You got shoes.
You've wronged them girls.
Yeah.
I'll go get them. Paedophile protectors.
You've absolutely wronged these girls.
Good shit, okay. Thank you.
At this point in time, I
If
just
one of
really
you
want
can
to
carry
They don't do nothing when them girls are getting assaulted, do you? Absolutely nothing.
So now the 2 of them went away because they're pretty much deemed useless. I don't know why there's 4 cops for one person. That just seems crazy, but 2 of them went away. Now there's these 2. Looks like he's putting back his shoes on.
Do you have any medication that you can do anything like that?
No, I do have postural hypertension, which is just low blood pressure, but I can. No, I just sort it out myself.
If
Wow.
I'm not going to put cuffs back on, but like I say, if there's any issues...
Is it catch and release, or am I being held?
I don't know, so we don't actually own the job, so I don't know.
I'm not blaming you at all. I'm not blaming you. This decision has come from the higher up.
But obviously, once we're there, I can make the decision, find out what is actually...
Yeah, can it be catch and release? I'm not a danger to anyone.
Yeah,
And you could see the one cop there in the plastic bag, in the evidence bag, is his cell phone. So this is purely an attack on this guy to censor him. They're grabbing his phone. They're grabbing his computer equipment. This guy is an independent journalist. And they take 4 officers to go to this guy's house and arrest him for posting information online. This could potentially happen more and more in Canada. That's why I'm showing you this. If you want to know what happens when you put more suppression on people, when you have bills like C11, C18, and now they want to bring back Bill C63 because we got to stop the online harms. It's harming people. Think of the children. Think of the children that go online and see hate messaging. That's why we got to go and arrest journalists. That's why we got to go crack the heads of people for having a different opinion, for having a thought crime. That's why we got to leave it to the government to decide what's hate and what isn't. I can tell you throughout history, censorship never, ever works. Never works for a population. That's why it's so vital to have free speech. It's not just an American ideal. It's not just the Constitution. It's a human value. You have a brain. You have an opinion. You have your own body. You have your own ideals. You have your own observation. You're allowed to have your own thoughts. And for the UK government, they want to squash that. Because, unfortunately, UK legislation doesn't allow for free speech. It doesn't allow for people to have their own opinions. It doesn't allow for an independent journalist to post information to people. And they don't even really say why it's considered a hate crime or why they need cops to arrest this guy. But they have 4 officers to track down this one individual. Meanwhile, crime is running amok in the streets of London. While you can't get an officer to crack down on shoplifting and crimes all across the world. But you can get 4 cops to go to the house of a journalist to arrest him for posting things online. So it's just unreal. Unreal that that's happening. And at the same time, I can't believe this is real. So Lips of TikTok says UK female cops are now going undercover in tight clothes to bait men into catcalling and beeping at them, then arrest them because they may go on to commit more serious offenses. So, while a portion of your cops are going to crack the heads off of people expressing a thought, the other half are playing dress up to lure people in and arresting them for a future crime. I feel like this is a movie. I feel like I've heard this. Like, this is like an 80s comedy movie where undercover cops are playing dress up. They're wearing tight clothing. They're trying to lure in construction workers that are making catcalls at them and then arresting them because, oh, well, obviously you're going to commit a crime in the future at some point, maybe. I don't know, but we need to arrest you still. And it says so far they made 18 arrests in a month. I can't believe this. I really can't believe this. But here, this is the video showing you.
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
And police teams are ready to intervene the moment the officers are beeped at, followed or shouted at, pulling people over.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours.
So you just heard the police officer, the man coming in to crack down on these vehicles that are making catcalls. He say, well, it's not a criminal offense. So he just contradicted this whole thing that this is unnecessary. It's not a criminal offense, but yet we're still going to pull over people and arrest them for the possibility that it could lead to a criminal offense. For the possibility. Just exactly the same way they describe cracking down on hate speech. That, oh, we're trying to prevent future crimes from happening. You know, if someone posts something on the internet, that obviously gonna lead to a future crime of violence for that individual. Even though they are not violent by nature, even though they have no criminal record, even though they are the most model person and citizen of the community. Posting something online that's, you know, critical of the establishment, critical of the government, critical of policy, that's obviously going to lead to a crime spree. As again, there's shoplifters, muggers, car thefts happening more frequently. They ignore that, but they'll play dress up for this make-believe world of cracking down future crimes. How about we crack down on current crimes? How about we do that? How about we crack down on people that are actually committing offenses? They're actually breaking criminal code. That are actually unlawful. How about we do that? How about we do that? Instead of this garbage. Oh, you're tracking down on people making catcalls. Okay. I get that catcalling is not favorable for people. But again, he even said it's not a criminal offense. So what's the point of this? What is the point of pulling people over, having police officers come to the scene and arrest these people if you can't even convict them of a criminal charge. Unbelievable. But maybe they should take the advice of Finland. Because I saw this in hindsight to the Libs of TikTok video. So this came out. This is from the city council in Finland. They did a PR stunt, which is kind of hilarious. This is a video by a city council in Finland to prevent migrant men from assaulting women. And they turned this into a little dance. I kid you not. So instead of actually preventing criminal activity, maybe actually doing criminal background checks on people coming into the country, that'd be an idea. That'd be an idea. Cracking down on criminal syndicates, cracking down on organized crime, you know, doing actually good justice for communities. They want to do this little ditty here, and you tell me how well this is going to work to stop future crimes of predator migrants.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
God. Oh my God. I can't take the world seriously now. This is hysterical. This is their preventative crime measure. To do a dance that you could probably do at some wedding. It's like the chicken dance. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is crazy. This is crazy. We gotta watch this again. It's too hilarious.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there.
This is my no-no square.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
I like even the guy in the background here, the one on the right. Looks so enthused to this. I got told to do this. This is a corporate thing. Okay. Yeah, stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Yeah, okay. Even he knows that this is a joke. Even he knows this is so stupid. But hey, maybe on the good side that if you do this dance in front of a pervert, then maybe they can laugh themselves away. Oh, again. The world just makes less and less sense as time goes on because of these measures. And I don't know why this is even a thing. Who even comes up with this? Who even thought this is going to be support? I can't even say it with a straight face. I'm too busy laughing at this. We gotta do it once more. Once more. It's just too funny.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Oh, God. Wow. Wow. You know what? I will say this. Very cost effective. Maybe the UK can learn from that. You know, instead of having to pay 2 female cops to go undercover, they can just, you know, do a TikTok dance. Get the kids involved. Oh. It's just so messed up, the world that we're in. And it just seems like progress has just completely gone off the table. Like we're no longer progressing as a society at this point. When we're arresting people for thought crimes, when cops are too busy playing dress up undercover to lure men and catcalling them to whatever this is. I just feel like as society, as human beings, as people that for years have shown intent of innovation, you know, you think of Renaissance, you think of Da Vinci, you think of all the great scientific inventions coming from brilliant minds all around the world. This is happening. And this is happening. I don't know. I hope to have hope, but it just gets worse and worse and it's deteriorating every second. And it just seems like we're living in a crazed psychological pseudo-reality world. It's like one of those moments where you wake up in like a Twilight Zone episode that you just can't escape. And seeing this is just even more hysterically wrong. But hey, if I ever get invited to like a social event, that'll be my new dance craze there. Stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Oh. And that's coming out of Finland, ladies and gentlemen. Finland that has a lot of great stuff that comes out of the country, and that has to be they have to do that. Where even their own employees are like, what the hell am I doing? And for just me watching, I'm wondering what the hell is going on with this world. And how can we just get out of this nightmare? How can we just get a sense of reality again?